Hey everybody, it's Femtrooper, and today we're going to do a review on an amazing game that I just finished, and that would be Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. Wow, what an amazing experience. This was such a good game. For fans of visual novels, you're really going to enjoy this. It was just gripping, it was freaky, it was scary, it was sad. There were so many great moments in this game because it's basically just a big long story. And actually, I was watching Dustin Kreis's review of this game, and he really said something that I thought, wow, that totally makes sense. He said, people play RPGs because of the amazing stories. And what a better, if you love RPGs, which I do, what is the next logical genre to go to? And that's these visual novels. They're just pure story, not really a lot of gameplay. Some of them are like really puzzle heavy. 999 was like that, and this one is not. It's basically kind of a mix between 999 and like Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. So basically, no spoilers here. I'll just do a little quick plot overview. You're just a very normal kid who got selected to go to a very, very exclusive high school full of ultimate kids. And that doesn't mean like academically ultimate. It can mean anything. Like you are the ultimate swimmer, you're the ultimate fan fiction writer, ultimate, programmer, ultimate model, ultimate pop star. It's very Japanese that way, and I loved it. But you are a kid who you're the ultimate, like, normal student, if you will. So his name's Makoto, and basically you end up in the school, and then, you get inside the school, and then all of a sudden everything goes hazy, and all of a sudden you realize you're with a bunch of other kids, you're trapped in the school, and the headmaster, the principal or whatever, is a weird bear robot named Monokuma, and he's hilarious. Just really great. Actually, it reminded me of the bunny from Zero Escape. Just that kind of element. Silly, very silly. He doesn't take himself too serious, but he's absolutely evil. So anyway, he's like a robot, and every kid is going, well, who's controlling the robot? Like, you don't know. Basically, in order to get out of the school, because you're trapped inside, you have to murder another student without being caught. If you're caught, that defeats the purpose and doesn't count. So I won't go into any more of it, because I actually didn't know some of this stuff, and I was really shocked. So, yeah, very interesting story. It's one of those kind of like a bunch of kids trapped together somewhere. But I love those. They're so fun. And the reason is I'm not a sadistic person, but I really like them because the story itself is really great, but the characters also really add to the gameplay. Because there is gameplay. It's not just reading text. There's a lot of text to read, of course. But what this game really relies on is the trials. Really cool. You get to basically when somebody is murdered, all the kids go to trial and they have to decide, well, which one of them did it. And that's what is so fun about this game. You basically have to select different answers. So, what time did this happen? If somebody says, well, that couldn't have happened because of this, and you can, refute it and say, like, no, actually this happened, or blah, 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 blah. I won't go into details, but it's actually really fun. And you basically, like, there's different elements. There's, like, rhythm elements. I was just really, overall, it was definitely a fun game. Never boring. The trials are what happen when you feel like you're confident enough and you've investigated everything. So investigation is a big gameplay part. Some kid gets murdered, and then you have to go throughout the school and look for things. You actually do walk around from like a first-person viewpoint in the school, which was neat because a lot of these games, it's just like, you end up somewhere and you don't really get to look around. You actually walk around the school and can check out different rooms, and I thought that was really fun. Yeah, it was a very nice change to walk around. One thing I really liked during the investigation was you get to talk to different characters, like what were you doing at that time? What was, what's your alibi and stuff? And you really learn about these characters and about their stories, where they're from, what they're really into. They, you get to understand more of their ultimate talent. So if they're like ultimate swimmer, what's that about? They're the ultimate like rich kid. What's that about? It's super fun. I honestly, I couldn't put it down. It's so gripping. It wasn't necessarily that a kid got murdered. It was more like either how they were murdered or the secrets you found about people throughout the game. I was just like, no way! Like, a lot of it was very shocking, and I was just so into it, I could not stop playing this game. And I spent 30 hours playing it. which seems maybe too long, but I also did fall asleep with it a couple times. So I'm gonna maybe go with 25 hours because there could have been some times where, 2 hours it was just left on while I was sleeping. So yeah, it's definitely longer than you think it is, but it's so worth it. One thing though that is a huge highlight of the game, which I feel like is sort of always with some of these games, is the music. It was so good. I downloaded the soundtrack. I'd love to have a physical copy of it, just because it was so great. But the music in this game is top notch. It was very similar to 999, but it had a different twist, and you just have to hear it to understand. But it was beautiful. It had dark wave elements. It was haunting. It was electronic. It was silly. It was a great, great score, and you guys know me that I love scores. As far as graphics go, it is a PSP port, but some of the cutscenes were very, very unique. They are like cardboard cutout scenes, kind of. You have to play to understand, I guess, but I thought they looked great. The colors, the detail, just the way that the anime-looking sprites looked, I thought it looked great. So very, very happy with the way this game looked. The school layout was really fun. You get to explore different floors of the school, different rooms, different classrooms. There's different things, like there's a rec center. There's a library. There's a gym, there's different parts you can see in the school, and it was really fun. I loved it. All the different classrooms, like a bio lab, and, weird clues to find. There's parts of the school that are, locked off and you can't go there. Like, why is that? What's going on over there? Is there some secrets to be had here? And yes, there are so many crazy secrets throughout this game. This is one genre that I wish would definitely get more popular in North America and Europe, because the Japanese really seem to like these. There's shows over there like this, like TV shows, and it just hasn't caught on. Sadly, it isn't a Call of Duty kind of game, so it's not popular, but I really, really wish it would be, because these are super fun, and anyone can play them. You don't have to be like an intense gamer to really play these. It's not super technical. You don't have to understand different, HP stats and all this. You just have to read a story and enjoy it, and they're mysteries, and they're really fun. So I've really grown to like these, and the sequel comes out in September, and I am waiting so much. I can't wait till it comes out. It's gonna be great. Honestly, I really have nothing bad to say about this game. Some of the trials, there are a couple answers where you'd go, yeah, it's totally blah blah blah, and you'd click it, and it's like, what? That's not the answer? That's weird. So yeah, it's a little wonky, but what do you expect? It's a crazy, this game is just crazy. I mean, this little bear here, what's going on there? It was really great. I loved him. I thought he was I don't want to say he's a comedic relief in the game, because he's horrible. He's so evil, but he's funny because he's just a complete asshole. I mean, you want to know, is there a group of people controlling this? Is it one person? Where are they? Because he's like a robot, and it's kind of established from the start that he's being controlled by somebody else. So this isn't a real bear walking around, and he'll pop out of nowhere. The students will be talking, and all of a sudden he'll be like, what was that? And then he'll say something, and some of them have to be secret. Shh, don't want Monokuma to hear. I don't know. It was great. And there's an anime that was made from this, and I can't wait to watch it. It was just a really good game. I have nothing bad to say. I think everyone should give this a shot. It's definitely a reason to to buy a Vita. There's enough games to me to justify the Vita. I have way more 3DS games, obviously. The 3DS is maybe supreme, but I really like the Vita. I love everything about it. It's a great screen. It feels really good in your hand. It has good games. What can I say? There are really good games for the Vita. Just nobody gives a shit about the Vita, and it's too bad, because it's really good. So I feel like when the PSP came out, more people cared about that, and it was ooh, an adult portable gaming system. But this one, awesome. It's so good. So Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc is definitely a reason to have a Vita, and if you already have a Vita, what are you doing? You need to buy this game. It's fantastic. So yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. Really cool game. Very unique, and definitely makes me, you know, thirsty for more crazy visual novels, especially the Japanese ones that are about like, you know, murder mysteries and stuff. They're super fun. So that's all I have to say, guys. But Danganronpa, Trigger Happy Havoc, great game. See you later.